Together with everybody, and we're going to keep this very, very short, but I want to give you some action steps to do. We are going to keep this fairly short. I'm going to show you something that I've already done to kind of help you guys get the word out there to your friends and things of that nature. So again, going to keep this short, but we are going to actually have another one real soon. I want to make these kind of a regular thing where we hop on and just and go over updates incrementally. Every time we do something on the partner side, I want to go ahead and hop on with you guys and let you know what we got going on. Even if it's a 15, 20, 30-minute webinar, if that sounds cool to you guys, let me know. Just hop on. Whenever we make incremental steps, we hop on a webinar. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this. So for those of you who don't know who I am, who doesn't know who a Kevin Hokowan is, which is the guy you're listening to right now? If you don't know, that's perfectly beautiful. That's fine. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of INFINii. So you're going to be hearing a lot from me on the marketing side, and I want to make sure that you guys are in the know on every incremental step that we take. That's really what tonight's about, number one. But number two, I want to give you guys a link and a way to introduce some folks into INFINii over the next 24 hours. So I'm going to give you a link that you can introduce folks to INFINii in the next 24 hours. I'm going to show you where you can find that in the back office, and I'm going to show you something that I've already done for you. So let's dig into that. So if you log into your back office, let me pause something real quick. All right, let me unpause that. So if you log in your back office right now and go to Partners and then Partner Promos and then Link and Media, what you're going to see is one lonely webinar link. Okay, one lonely webinar link, and he'll have some friends here really soon. He'll get you guys are going to see a lot more back there. But this link right here is a webinar that you can promote. So you just grab this webinar, grab this link here, go over to a new page, and you can paste it in and take a look at what I'm talking about. What you'll see here is kind of what we talked about the other day, which is a webinar that we're having Thursday, January 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a webinar registration page, and you guys can go ahead and you can go ahead and promote this, okay? And I'm going to hop on a webinar, and we're going to do an opportunity webinar for your prospects, for your friends, for folks that are interested in INFINii on Thursday, January 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can you guys see this, and what do you think about it? Does that sound cool? Beautiful. So this is going to be, this is going to be something that that we do quite regularly with me, doing opportunity webinars. And to kick this whole thing off, this first one is actually going to be on a whole nother page. It's going to go as a link in your back office that you can go ahead and promote at a later date as well. We'll do more live registrations, and you'll see that post-webinar sitting back here as well. So after we do the webinar, I'm going to toss this up on a page and give it to you guys to share. So if you have contacts and they couldn't get on here for whatever reason, they can't make it to the webinar, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. They'll be able to get the recording. And I want to show you what happens when I go ahead and fill this out. So if I were to go ahead and fill this out with my name and my email address, hopefully no one owns this email address, and I click register for the webinar, what will happen is occasionally you'll see this thing pop up where it says you have to go ahead and confirm, right? So I'm going to confirm this. This is what your prospects will see. And I'm going to submit it. And now it's just going to take you to a congratulations, you're registered page. But there's something that's happening in the back end. There's something that's going on. What's actually happening is the way we structured the link for this is it's storing that information. It knows that you're the referring affiliate, and it's adding that onto an autoresponder. And so what we'll do is we will kick out emails to the people that register, letting them know about the webinar, letting them know about future things we're doing with INFINii, and every link that goes out to them will actually be your link because of that. So you'll be able to promote this link, and in a week, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, if that person hasn't signed up yet, they'll still get information from us on on INFINii and how they can get started and how they can join and why it's the place that they need to be. So this is, I hope this is going to help you guys out quite a bit. I'm going to have a lot of fun on the webinar, going through the opportunity, going through everything we have here with INFINii to help out your leads. And one more thing. I want to show you guys something that we did on Facebook. A lot of you guys saw this page right here, right? This INFINii fan page. You went over. Who here on here went over and clicked the like button on this fan page? Who here watched this and clicked that like button? Let me know. Cool. So I'm going to show you what I did. And I hope that this helps you further when you guys are building out your businesses. I did a boost on this, and I did it in a way that got some crazy, kind of insane results. All right, and you can see that there's $5.33 left right here on this boost. So all I did was tell Facebook, hey, go ahead and market this to the friends of people who like this page. And do you guys want to see the results of that marketing? Let me show you the results of this. So this right here, here's the results and here's the stats of this campaign. Okay, for the $69.67 that I spent on this ad, here is what happened. Check this out. Look at this cost per result right here. For under a penny, we had 10,775 results. 30% of those resulted in some kind of action. Watching it, liking it, commenting it, things of that nature. All right? So a lot of your friends, to the tune of 10,000 people, have already witnessed this, have already seen a little glimpse of INFINii. And I did that. The reason why I did that boost, why we did this way, no, they're not tagged to you, Joe. But when you go out there and you go ahead and share INFINii down the road, or when you go tonight and grab your link out of the back office and post it for that we're having tomorrow, some of those people will have already seen it. They might not even remember where they saw it, but it'll be kind of like, oh, that thing, I saw that somewhere, right? And that's on the video that we posted the other day. So in the last 2 days, while you guys were building your businesses and stuff, this is what I was doing on the back end. This is one of the things I was doing on the back end to make sure that some of your prospects and some of the folks that are warm market to you on Facebook would actually be introduced to INFINii. No place for them to join, but I wanted it in the back of their head that, hey, this thing, there's this thing out there and there's a pretty cool video. And so when you go to them, hopefully they've already seen it. And I'm going to keep running this for a little bit. To kind of keep that going for you guys. Does that sound cool? And actually, who here has done marketing on Facebook before? Just let me know if you've done marketing. Okay. Have you ever seen these kind of results? 1 penny views? No. We'll have to teach that down the road on how to do that. It's pretty simple, but I think that for what we're doing here already, even though it's the super early stages of getting the word out for INFINii, these kind of results are just insane. And I'll tell you, we have kind of an advantage, guys. Let me go back over. I want to show you the advantage that we have and some of the promotional material that we can put out there. So a lot of folks that have done network marketing or home-based business opportunity promotions on Facebook, they found out something. They found out that their account gets shut down. Has anyone here ever had their Facebook advertising account shut down? Just let me know. If you guys ever did this. Yep. Okay, we got some yeses. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, wow. And I see some not yets. No, because I'm very careful. Good job, Jackie. But the thing is, with Facebook, they don't want to see the home-based business recruiting model. They don't want to see that. So if this video were to have talked about refer one person, who refers one person, who refers 3 people, who refer 20 people, and make you a billionaire, they would have just shut it down. And they probably would have banned this particular Facebook account. They would have said you can't advertise anymore. But the stuff that we put out there for you to market, take it from my cue. But when I tell you this works, this advertising method works, and it works for these pages, and you're safe to do it, I'm telling you that from a position of I've already run the ad. Okay, I've already run the ad. In fact, one of the capture pages that we're going to run, that you're going to have back here in INFINii here in the next couple, as soon as we possibly can, is going to be is going to have this video on it, right? And it's going to be very, very minimalistic in the verbiage that it's using, so that your account doesn't get shut down. And I'm going to test it on my account first. You see, you're going to find something with what I do. I'm here to take the bullet. I'm here to run the ad. I'm here to spend the money, and then report back to you what worked and what didn't work. And so this video, when I went to run it, it was approved in seconds, and look at the results that it got from the boost, right? A penny, and actually under a penny if you really look at it. 10,000 plus results, $69 spent. That's like, what, 0.06 of a penny, you know? Not even a penny. So the results are kind of crazy in how you can market this. And the reason why the results are crazy in how you can market this, and they're totally way above anything that I've seen out there as far as other companies promoting, is because you're promoting the opportunity, but you're promoting the opportunity in a way that is not talking about get this person who gets this person who gets that person. You're promoting the opportunity in a way that is very customer-centric, very customer-based. And when you do that on Facebook or Google or even Bing's a little more liberal, right? Or YouTube videos, you can get a lot more mileage out of this for your money, and you can actually advertise in ways that other companies simply can't, because no one cares about the skin cream and things of that nature, right? We already know that. So that is the setting that I wanted to kind of hop on with you guys and talk about, is that the stuff that you see back here, once you see the stuff populating in here, and actually we'll have a call the day that happens, and probably even before that, because I'm interested in getting together as much as possible with you guys. The marketing that I put back there isn't something that I think might kind of sort of will work for the masses, hopefully. It's stuff that I'm actually running campaigns on myself. So it's a little bit from a different perspective than what you're probably typically used to. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to guys, and can you guys hear me? I had a couple people say no audio. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So what I want you to do is go ahead and share this out there, right? I'm not saying plaster it all over your Facebook. I'm not saying that. If your Facebook contacts are people that would shy away from anything, then be careful. You don't want to bug them, but you can let them know what you're doing. But share this out there. For those of you who have lists, if you have autoresponders that you're using, if you're kind of running in that world, email it out. Send it out to your contacts, let them know what you're doing, and get them onto the webinar that we're having. Get them onto this webinar that we're having, and we'll do the rest. And we'll do the rest in a way that that is actually works in marketing, right? We'll start sending emails to them and things of that nature, and it'll all be look like it's coming from you. So, who here cannot find the link? Is anyone having a problem finding a link? I had a couple people say they couldn't find it. So I'm going to do something real quick while I wait for that answer. Pause my screen for a second. I'm going to show you something. And then I'm going to show you one more thing, actually. Okay, so when you're logged into your back office, all you have to do is, if you're a partner. There might be a lot of you on here that are not partners, right? And if you're not, you'll get a notification letting you know that. But you go to Partners, Resources, Partners, Lincoln Media right here. And you should see it right there. Hitesh, I hear you.
Yep. So I'm sorry. Let me jump in there. I just want to take a second. I've been on here just watching the whole time. But hey, everybody, how are you guys doing? Is everybody enjoying this so far and getting tons of value out of Kevin and all the awesome stuff he's been doing? Awesome. Look at all the yeses pilot. But I want to take a minute really quick, Kevin. I'm sorry to just distract from it, but I want to just take a second to address a few things which I think are just awesome. First of all, this is a partners only webinar. And we hit capacity like 25 minutes ago. So we've had full capacity on a partners only webinar, which kind of shows you how much excitement there is about INFINii as a whole and about the platform as a whole. So here's the fun thing that I was doing while Kevin was walking you through what has been done so far, and I'll try and summarize something for you very quickly. In the last 24 hours, okay, I'm talking about the 5th of January to the 6th of January, the last 24 hours, our users just on eBay alone have made a little over $100,000 in sales. Okay, that's pretty incredible. If you actually think about it, it's really incredible. That's about 2,000. That's actually 3,219 sales made in the last 24 hours. Okay, that is an incredible number. Now use that in your marketing as a partner. This is a platform that's working for the average person. Okay, it's working for the average person at an incredible level. Now, I'm talking just about one piece of what INFINii has going for it. Okay. Now tomorrow when we do this opportunity webinar, in that webinar we walk them through this model, and one of the things that we address during that whole call for the average person especially, but also for the big builders, is not only do we have a compensation plan for our partners that paid out the highest amount, it's also the compensation plan that gets you to profitability in the shortest period of time. And it gets you happy customers, not unhappy customers who realize that 99% of them are never going to get ahead. It gets you 70, 60, 80% success rates instead, with lots of people very, very happy about it. In fact, I saw a support ticket today that I was reading, and this is a lady in Europe who has actually been promoting it because she has done so well on the e-commerce side, and she has basically said, I don't even care if I was an affiliate or a partner, I would still promote this thing. So I want to get you guys on that whole scene. I want to help you understand what's happening there. I want you to understand what Kevin has just done for you and how that ties in with that whole thing. What Kevin did for you with that video is that all your friends, if you liked that video, which all of you should, by the way, if you liked that video, here's what happened. Your friends were exposed. Your friends on Facebook were exposed to that video without you ever approaching them. Okay, you know that the hardest thing to do is to actually open the platform, to actually make the first contact. Now your friends have already actually seen a video about INFINii, and then most of them are pretty impressed by it too at this point. It's not going to be hard for you to say, hey, you saw this video, it's insane. Tomorrow there is a whole detailed webinar happening about it, and use that link and market that link. Send out that link that Kevin just showed you that's in your back office to get them on there. Now here is how that's going to convert into money for you and money for everybody else. Okay, so Kevin, I'm going to take the screen for just a moment to walk them through this.
Beautiful.
So take a look at this really quickly, guys. This is something that we went over very briefly day before yesterday in the overall update, but I really want to focus on this with the partners here. So this is the accelerated beginner bonus, and here is how this thing works. It's a very, very strong incentive, and the builders and the leaders in the network marketing industry are kind of going a little bit crazy about it right now because it is the strongest thing that exists to get you to profitability in the fastest time. Okay, so there are two major metrics that we use to determine whether or not something is a good opportunity. Okay, and they're actually very straightforward questions. These are the questions that I hope every one of you asks when you do anything. How much can I make? How quickly do I become profitable? And obviously the most important question of them all is this duplicable? That's it. Those are your main three questions that you should be asking, especially when you are dealing with something in the network marketing space, but really in all business. All business, regardless of what it is, these are your three major questions that you need to address as you begin building it or as you begin working with it. Okay? Now, here is what the Accelerated Beginner Bonus does for you. It actually achieves those three things for you in a very, very strong way. And you want to keep this in mind when you approach other network marketers. When they ask you questions about it, this is what you want to lead with. When you have regular customers coming in, retail customers coming in, you want to lead with the strength of the e-commerce platform. Like I just gave you a statistic right now, 3,219 sales in the last 24 hours. So you need to keep your audience in mind. Now, both of those type of audience has just been exposed to INFINii in the last 24 hours. Like Kevin showed you, about 30-some thousand people have already been exposed to it. They've seen it. Now they're all open to this. So let's walk through this very quickly so you understand this, like truly solidly understand this. In your first 30 days, if you come in here, and we talk about the average person in network marketing refers 2.4 to 2.7 people, okay? Numbers vary, all sorts of combinations go into this, but this is the average number, okay? The whole idea is, can we get you to break even or profitability in that time period with that many sales? And the answer is yes, because when you come in here as a Prime member, if you're a Prime member or a Surge member, Excel member, you're obviously going to make a lot more on the e-commerce side as an Excel member. But if you're a Prime member and you come in and you refer just one user, okay, you refer one customer who purchases, let's say, Excel, for example, purchases Excel, you have now generated 400 BD, which means you will receive $100. Plus, you will receive $60 in fast start bonus. Okay? Essentially, that means, okay, let's do our simple math. Your cost, I'll put your cost in red, is $50. Plus your cost for being a partner is $9.95. Right? I'll just put 10 because we round everything up. And then your return on your earnings from your first Excel sale, we'll put that in green, is going to be $100 plus your fast start bonus of $60. And you're going to earn more. You're going to earn more with the dual team pay and all those other things, but we'll ignore that for now. You've essentially made $100 profit from that one sale. Okay. Now, I don't care if somebody tells you that you can earn 100% commissions with their platform or you can earn whatever. You never make profits on your first sale in almost any other platform. In this case, you do. If you were a Surge member, okay, if you were a Surge member, then your cost would have been 150 plus 10. In that case, you're broken even, right? So if you're a Prime member or a Surge member, you can actually break even or be profitable from your very first sale. And the only cost you might have had would have been some marketing, but Kevin already took care of that for you. We already did the marketing for you. He's already ran the campaign for you and so on. There's already a buzz in the world about this right now. There is already some level of recognition about the brand already out there. So your job is actually much easier in your marketing as well. Now, here is what you should try to be doing. This is your aim for tomorrow. You want to get all your invited members who have not yet signed up, even those who might have signed up probably to help them understand the whole power of the system here, as well as people who you have not yet invited into the system. You want to invite them to your webinar tomorrow, to the opportunity call. On that opportunity webinar, it's very different from the standard MLM opportunity call. We don't sit there and tell them you're going to be a billionaire because all the population of Earth is going to be in your downline. That's basically what every one of them says. What we're instead going to talk about is here is the first time a real model that exists in the network marketing space that actually draws income from outside of network marketing for the average person. The average person comes in and is making money from e-commerce, and therefore they're happy, and you have high retention rates, you have low attrition. You have the average network marketer coming in, receiving the highest payouts in the industry and receiving it in the shortest period of time, and then being very excited about it. And then you finally have a whole other category, which is leaders coming in, who actually are beginning to say, this is the most fulfilling thing because I'm seeing my average builders becoming profitable very quickly, and I'm seeing my average members, customers becoming profitable on here, and it's completely revolutionary for them. And you will see our marketing in that direction start rolling out. We will do follow-up with the people who sign up for this webinar tomorrow on your behalf as well. So we are doing all of these things for you, but this is what you lead with. This accelerated beginner bonus is what defines that roadmap for you as you go with it. So you basically look at this, you say, okay, my first 30 days, my goal is to generate 1600 BV. Okay, that's what your goal is. Generate 1600 BV in your first 30 days through new business volume that you bring in. Okay, so for example, you bring in 4 Excel users and now you've maxed it out. You've earned $400. Plus, you would have also earned an additional $60 bonus on each sale, which would be $240. So you now have made $640 right away, plus all the other commissions, your dual team bonuses and stuff like that. Now, here is the second piece of this, and this is the piece that we did not spend too much time on last time we talked about it. And I want to take a moment and address this. and make sure that you understand how powerful this actually is. So let's say now you're in your second month. It could be in your first month, by the way. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're in your first month still. In your first 30 days, you've generated 1,600 BB. And then the people in your downline, let's say the first week you focus on getting 4 people in that you're going to work with, that you're going to help, you're going to train, and you focus on duplication. Let's say they replicate your results. Let's say only half of them replicate your results. All right? You're going to see your PET, your total PET increase in volume. Okay? It's very straightforward. You are not even directly recruiting at this point. It's people who have joined you are now going out and duplicating. And the reason they're duplicating is because this model works for the average person. Okay, keep that in mind. That's the foundation behind all of this. Every company tells you, well, you're going to get 4, and they're going to get 4, and they're going to get 4, and eventually 4 to the power 12, all of Mars's population is under your downline as well. What we're talking about here is, let's keep reasoning. Reasonably, maybe half of the people who duplicate, sometimes even less. Okay, that's okay, because the model here is one that results in higher retention, that results in higher income, that results in overall goodness happening with your downlines. So that's why this does work in those ways, but we're going to still keep conservative numbers. We're going to say only half of them will duplicate or less. Now, in your PET as a total, so I refer Kevin, Kevin refers Ken, Ken refers somebody else, all of that is happening in my PET. Okay, not just me doing this work. Here you now have 2,500 BB generated, and that adds $250 to the bonus, the accelerated beginner bonus, right in the first month alone. Now, this can happen at any month. It can be in any calendar month, and you will still qualify for this piece, while this part right here only qualifies, is only applicable in your first 30 days. So the idea is that you come in, you hit this hard, you understand the power of this, you're all partners on here, you all understand what this is about, that this is about you marketing appropriately this part of the business. So you market hard in the first 30 days. Your life is so much easier because the model works. It's the only model of its type. You have Kevin working on your behalf, generating all these leads and doing all this traffic generation. And we are doing the opportunity calls on your behalf as well. So you bring in people, you focus on this in the first 30 days. Meanwhile, this applies in every calendar month. Now, you might remember the earlier version of beginner bonus was you would have minimum 2 sales, and then you might break even. There were all those things that was hard to explain. And then the cap was maximum of $1,800 in your lifetime. Over here, your cap now is actually $2,000. You can earn up to $2,000 using this accelerated beginner bonus. But here is what that means. Let me show you a roadmap on this. That's really interesting and beautiful. Okay, so here is you, and just imagine that you focus on getting 4 users in. Okay, and next you're only going to work on duplication with them. So you have these 4 users. You're going to work in duplication with them now, and you will see that the numbers here reflect that. 1,600 BB refers to 4 Excel members. Okay, so we're going to assume for a moment that these are all Excel members. Okay, you now have essentially 1,600 BB already. If any kind of duplication happens only in 2 of them, okay, your PET as a whole grows. And now you can actually be looking at $1,000, maybe even in some cases $2,000 in your very first month coming in, which is the kind of thing that you need to build true, not just excitement, but true profitability. Look, at the end of the day, anybody can do the rah-rah, we have the best opportunity, on and on and on. But what actually builds the company, what actually keeps the customer going, what keeps the partner going, is the actual numbers coming in, right? No matter how excited you get, 80% of the people are not going to care about it if it's not actually generating an income for them. And that's why this model is so unique, because 80% of people are actually generating something. So your partners coming in who are just starting out are actually coming in going, in my first 30 days, I can be profitable. You've given them a clear goal for it, a clear guideline for it. So if you are a team leader, this is what you want to communicate to them. If you are a builder, an average builder, you're trying to figure out how do I actually grow this, get them on the opportunity webinar tomorrow. Everybody should be getting people on the opportunity webinar tomorrow. And you will see how we actually walk people through the process, and it makes so much more sense to them when we do it. Finally, as we move towards coming out of beta, like we covered on Monday, when we come out of beta, we're going to give you replicated websites covering all sorts of sales funnels. We'll have multiple sales funnels, and Kevin might be willing to show some of them for you guys. and we'll be doing a lot of background marketing for you. But then the whole power starts kicking in. You have dual team bonuses coming out and all sorts of fun stuff coming out. So as partners, you have the strongest compensation plan. As customers, you have the strongest income generating platform out there. And as these days turn into weeks and months, you will see all the other pieces of INFINii coming out, like INFINii Digital and a freelancing platform and so on. And when all of that is coming out and roaring all together, it'll make your head spin how much BV is generated in the system as a whole. So hopefully you guys understand. Do you understand the power of having the only compensation plan that pretty much can put you in profits in your very first sale? If you understand that, just say, yeah, I get it. This is great. Beautiful. That is what we like to see. And what you want to do now is you have a very clear roadmap. And I apologize that we did not have a very clear goal defined for you in the beginning. Now you have it very simple and very clear. We're going to come in 30 days, focus on this, focus on this. By the time you reach your cap in this, you're about ready to become a director, which then puts you on the pathway to $20,000 in bonuses in your first 90 days. Okay? So you have very clear defined roadmaps. Ken and Kevin are going to teach you that in a lot more detail. But this is what we're going to basically use to your advantage tomorrow. So get your links ready, share your links out there, post the links, discuss them with your teams, with the people you want to invite on there and so on. Mail them out if you have a mailing list. And that's how you're going to start the ball rolling on making this really, really, really strong. Go ahead, Kev. I know you were about to say something.
Oh, no. I'm just excited. I mean, and I think that's actually a good place to kind of wrap things up. Like I said, guys, you might get sick of hearing from me. So if you do, I'm sorry. But every time we have
nobody's gonna get sick of hearing from Kevin. I can assure you. I have to hear from him every day, and I have to. It's part of my job, and I'm still not sick of it. So this guy you want to pay attention to. He is one of the most knowledgeable people when it comes to online marketing especially. So you really, really want to hear him, really want to follow it. If you are looking to generate a real strong business online, and I will do this with this one chart that, Kevin, you really like and you really enjoy. I'm going to draw this very quickly.
Man. Are you about to? Okay, so pay attention. And when I say you might get sick of hearing me, it's because every time, real quick, every time that we have a new capture page come out or new landing page come out or a new process that I do or something that I want you guys to be doing to build your business, I'm pretty much going to send you out a webinar invitation and just get on a webinar and we'll go through it, even if it's a 15-minute thing. So it's going to be a blast.
Okay, guys, so watch this, okay? It's very straightforward. There are two lines that I'm going to draw in here. Okay, we're going to have one line which is going to be a blue line, and the blue line stands for cold market, okay, as you can imagine. And then we're going to have a red line which stands for warm market, okay? And this is how all businesses are built. All businesses, I'm not talking about network marketing alone. All businesses kind of are built in this manner. You have two markets for you. Cold market, which is the stuff that Kevin was just talking about. He was showing you all this amazing Facebook stuff and you're reaching thousands and tens of thousands of people. And you have the warm market, which is the 5, 6, sometimes 10 people, or if you're like me, maybe just one person who kind of likes you and you get along with and you can maybe share stuff with. In most cases, most of you on here right now has maybe 10, 15 people that you would consider in your warm market. Now, here is what we don't want you to do. We do not want you to spam those people. If this was a typical MLM call or something like that, we would say, hey, sit down, make a list of those people. You're going to call every single one of those people and you're going to give them this pitch. Here's what you're going to do instead. You're going to share with them the video about INFINii that we put out there. Hopefully you guys have watched that video and seen it's professional. It's designed to communicate the facts about the world. It's communicating the facts about e-commerce, what things stand for, and nobody is going to say, oh, you're talking about selling on eBay? That sounds like a scam. No, it's not. It's legitimate. That's a big chunk of the economy now. E-commerce is one of the biggest chunks of the economy. So all you have to do is share that video and then very casually let them know we have this opportunity webinar. You can hear it from the ownership of this platform and the corporate team of this platform on how the platform actually works in case you're interested. Okay? That's all you have to do with your warm market. And your warm market is limited in size. Here is the graph that defines what happens. This defines the percentage of your business, okay? In the beginning, your warm market is majority of your business, and then it starts going down, and it kind of settles at a certain level. On the other hand, cold market, you almost always start at zero, unless you already have a massive list and all that stuff. You almost always start at zero. And over time, your cold market grows because you start marketing, only if you're actually marketing. If you're following Kevin, this is going to just explode for you. And there'll come a time, and from my experience and from my statistics and everything else that I've looked at, this point right here, where this intersection resides, is right about 90 days. Okay? At right about 90 days, if you're actually marketing online, the percentage of your business coming from your cold market will start increasing and taking over the percentage of your business from your warm market. Okay? That 90 days is a very interesting number, isn't it? I mean, you have 90 days to be a director to get an extra bonus. You have 90 days to get your eBay and Amazon systems all geared up and going really strongly. You have 90 days to follow the pathway for the accelerated business bonus and so on. This is very much by design. Okay, this is based on all the data and the statistics and the numbers and our experience that we have doing this kind of stuff. So the first 90 days, really your business depends on your activity on Facebook. You're talking about it with your warm market and things like that. And by the end of it, as you go forward, your journey from a director, almost all of you can hit a director. It's a very easy rank to hit. Almost all of you can hit a director just with your warm market. But your journey from the director to an ambassador is going to require cold market. So listen to Kevin and pay attention to him when he's teaching you the stuff on these partner calls, because you will learn how to go to the point of an ambassador and be truly hitting those 6- and 7-figure incomes. But if you just focus on your warm market in the first 90 days, almost every single one of you is capable of hitting the director level just from that alone as well. And keep in mind, this is in addition to your e-commerce income. Your e-commerce business is running at the same time. Just really focus, put your head down and decide, I have all the tools I need, I have all the business incentives that I need, I have the right kind of compensation plan here, and I have the right type of a model. For the first time, I have a model that I don't have to be embarrassed about. I'm not going to go to people and tell them, hey, you look overweight, you want to buy my weight loss shake? You're not going to go to people and say, hey, you look, you could use more makeup, you want to buy some makeup? You're not doing that anymore. You're presenting them with the actual, possibly the biggest part of the economy in the coming decade. And you're telling them, do you want to participate in this and become a part of that? And that's what it is. It's a very genuine, simple, sincere model that doesn't rely on hard sales tactics and so on. And as and as you start getting results on the e-commerce side and start sharing them, posting them on Facebook, that's all you have to do. I just made a sale today on eBay. Post that on Facebook. Our platform just did 3,200 some sales in the last 24 hours. Just post that on eBay, on your Facebook, or your Instagram, or whatever it is that you're using. That, I don't know what the popular kids use. It's whatever it is that they're all using. Just, that's what you want.
I don't know what the popular kids use.
This is the way to build a real, strong, long-lasting business that's based on a real foundational business model that is rooted in reality, not rooted in just network marketing or just in one product or something like that. It's rooted in a real model. So follow this. You have the strongest comp plan and all those wonderful things. The next call that we do for the partners only, when we do our next partners only call, once again, Kevin is going to teach you guys a bunch of wonderful stuff. We're also going to be releasing to you the replicated websites. We're going to be releasing to you all sorts of wonderful, glorious things that are going to make your life, in terms of promoting this, much stronger and much easier. So we've gone a little bit over time, but I think we have covered the details. Does anybody have any questions about the accelerated beginner bonus at this point? All right. Yep. It looks like most of the people don't have any questions, which is awesome. That kind of means that Kevin kind of subliminally explained all of this stuff to you before I got on.
Well, the only thing we do need to cover is the question came up, when does this begin? And it already began. It's retroactive. So You guys will like that.
Yes, this is retroactive. So for those of you who did the work in the month of December, you're actually going to get paid even though you were not expecting it, and even though we don't really have to do it that way, we're still going to do it, and we're going to pay you this retroactively. Okay, guys, once again, to cover the schedule of how this stuff is announced, on the 7th, which is tomorrow, we will be announcing, we'll be running the numbers on the rankings and all the fun stuff, elevation bonuses. And then on the 15th, we'll calculating and announcing, okay? Not paying it. On the 15th, we pay the elevation and accelerated beginner bonus. Okay, now again, remember this is the first time that we are running this. Okay, that's why these are done very slowly and carefully and cautiously, because we actually built this whole thing out ourselves internally. So we run this very carefully. We'll announce it on the 15th. That's why on 15th, when we first announced the slew of directors and national managers and regional managers and so on, of all the people who hit those ranks, when we first announced that, is the same day that we move out of the beta phase of the pre-launch and move into a live pre-launch. And then we will also have a new back office, which many of you have seen. This is what our new back office looks like, and with your fun color changing abilities and whatnot. And this number over here, okay, will actually reflect the real numbers of sales coming in real time for you. So you'll be able to track all of the fun stuff and whatnot as well. So we have the new back office, the new website, the new replicated websites, the accelerated beginner bonus first payout happens, as well as the first payout of the elevation ranks. So if you hit director in the month of December, which an insane number of you did, then you will all be getting that first $5,000 bonus on the 15th of this month. So it's going to be very exciting, because in our first month, and actually in our first 2 weeks, not even first month, but in our first 2 weeks, we had more, and this is a statistical fact, we had more number of people make a 5-figure income as a partner. Okay, just as a partner, more people made a 5-figure income in the first 2 weeks of INFINii than do in 99% MLM companies in an entire year. Okay.
Well, real quick to back that up, a 5-figure income. Sometimes we say the word 5-figure, and people just they kind of gloss over it. You guys understand what that means? That's over $10,000, and that's in the first couple of weeks. That's in the first 2 weeks. That's in 2 weeks. And if you look at the income disclosures of a lot of network marketing companies, you're going to find that a very, very tiny fraction, like 0.1% of everyone in the company hits that. In massive companies, in huge companies that have been around for years. So to me, that's pretty impressive. In 2 weeks.
And there's a simple reason for it, guys. It's because we pay out more than twice of what the other companies paying out on average.
Yeah.
Because we have a very simple goal. If you had to compare us to any business model in terms of what kind of a business model do we follow, the closest would be Amazon.com itself. Okay. In that, we are less concerned with initial profitability for corporate side. Okay. Kevin is in Japan. He makes good money. He doesn't need more money. You don't need to pay more.
Nope.
We are worried more about the profitability of our average user. Okay, so if we have to make our payouts really strong and not make as much as corporate, we are fine with that, because our focus is on making sure that the average person makes as much as possible. That is one of the ways that INFINii as a brand goes out there and becomes so strong, because the partners see that this is the business model that is most effective. This is the business model that most people understand and like. And then this is the business model that pays me the most money. It's a very obvious choice at that time for all of them, and for all of you on this call, hopefully. Who here thinks this is the obvious choice? If you think this is the obvious choice, when you actually stack this up, when you actually do an apples-to-apples comparison between this comp plan and other comp plans, when you compare this model with other models, and this is obviously in a category of its own, who here understands this is the obvious choice for them? You see that, Kev? I seriously think that we have some of the smartest, some of the hardest working individuals. Those 3,219 sales that we got in the last 24 hours weren't me generating them. It wasn't Kevin generating them. It was you guys doing it. So it's incredible. I'm very, very excited to see. Once we release this replicated websites, I know we have people just waiting to explore this entirely. So just super excited about all of that. I'm sorry, I get really like wrapped up in this stuff. I never thought that I would actually like physically get excited about this and want to stand up and like,
Yeah.
just like, let's go for it. So I am excited about it. I'm very excited about showing you guys all the other stuff that we've been working on in the background as we release it. And I'm very excited for you guys to learn from Kevin and start mimicking what he does. One of the best sources of marketing knowledge and information that exists right now is Kevin. Between him and I think we have a tremendous record of sales and all that stuff. You might not have even heard about us because we just did it and made money with it and didn't need to announce it. So overall, listen to this man, follow this man, just take this opportunity to learn everything you can and invite people to your webinar tomorrow. Okay, so that's your simple action step. Invite people to the webinar tomorrow. That's the opportunity webinar where we first explain in detail how this whole system works for them. Okay, so Kev, if you want to put some finishing thoughts in there and close this out, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm looking forward to getting this in the back office so everyone else can go ahead and watch it. And what you'll see on the link and promo page, the link page where you get this, if you go to Partners and then you go to Partner Promo and then Link and Media, you're going to see a little video sitting right there in the next couple of hours of me just going over this and then also directing you to where you can find the recording of this, because I'm going to put it in a separate tab because they're going to stack up. The recordings of whenever we get together and hang out and go over some stuff is going to start stacking up pretty quickly, because as we make incremental changes, again, we're going to be hopping on a webinar, and I'll try to keep them around 30 minutes when we do that. Yeah, we're just going to keep pumping out the info, letting you guys know what we got going on, letting you know whenever we make small changes, so that you're not wondering where this came from and why this happened, and don't understand what's going on behind it. So, pretty excited, really excited. I'm going to keep running that Facebook campaign that I showed you guys earlier, all the way up until the webinar begins tomorrow, and then what'll happen is, after the webinar, every contacts that go ahead and opt in for that will get an email to get back with you. Okay, they'll get an email saying, if here's the recording, you can go watch it, get back with the person who invited you to it, and then further down the road, you're going to see me do some kind of technological things that other companies can't do. That other companies can't do to make sure that that we get signups and get folks into this faster than what you typically see out there. So that's it. I'm just excited. I'm glad you guys hopped on tonight. I appreciate it. We barely promoted this. We said it once and tossed the link in the back office, and it maxed out immediately. That tells me that you guys are paying attention to what's happening and that you're ready to rock and you're excited about this. So we're going to go ahead and just do everything we can on our end to make sure that excitement is warranted. Okay. And
guys, I'm going to just do one final thing really quickly. Let me just open this up. Okay, so somebody just wrote in and said, oh, if you really had 3,200 sales in the last 24 hours, can you do a screenshot on it or something? Well, the reality is that it's extremely difficult to capture 3,200 sales in one screenshot. Okay, so I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to put on my screen the actual live screen share instead of screenshot and just show you guys this. Now I'm actually going to show you something else. It's very funny. So here you can see I've actually tried to block off some of the sensitive information. Okay, here is my spreadsheet. You can see it's
I think it's paused.
No, it should be on now.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see it.
Yep. And you see these are all from 1/5/2016 onwards. Okay. And 3,216 sales. This is server time. That's why you see it switching over to 7 now, because you see it's switching over. But all of these sales, and they actually add up to $169,987.10. So actually, when I said over 100,000, I hadn't calculated this out. But thanks for your question. I have actually now calculated. We have 170,000 in sales since the 5th of January, which was yesterday my time. And this is just, by the way, guys, just the people who are selling on eBay, just using our tools, not the people who are also selling on Amazon, not the people who are also selling on eBay and Bonanza and stuff, not using our tools, but are using our training and so on and so forth. So hopefully this puts to rest anybody who might have questions. I know it's kind of a sad world that we live in, that many people do pretend about this kind of stuff. You can go look at all of the data that we have, and one of the incredible things that we're going to do that will completely be different and will change, hopefully, the standards of this industry is we are actually going to be putting up a live disclosure page where we are going to show live tracking of our members, how many are profitable, how many are actually making sales, how many people are partners, and how many people are, and all that stuff. We're actually going to give details on that kind of stuff because we know what the real numbers in the industry out there are, and we know that our numbers are 20, 30, sometimes 40 times stronger depending on the month than everybody else. And anybody who's a naysayer or wondering, oh, are these numbers legit or are these numbers real, we're actually going to have the live page available for you all. You will actually be able to, what other companies hide, because that's their disclaimer and disclosure, they hide it away somewhere because they're so scared of people actually looking at the reality. We're actually going to use that as a marketing tool because we are the only ones who actually have a system that works this well. So on that note, hopefully you all enjoyed this.
Look at what Brian Fossey said. Look what he said. I can't say it, but it's great to read.
Yes, he said INFINii is a no bovine excrement zone, but he said it in the more slang word.
Yeah.
So yes, this is what it is, and we look forward to the next webinar and seeing you guys get tremendous sales and all of you being profitable. And we'll talk with you guys very soon.